Greetings, dear friends. My name is Michael Janse van Rensburg, and you're watching an episode of Better Than Yesterday. And what I'm talking about today is getting your priorities straight in life. Because I personally believe that, especially in my own life, but looking around at the people in my own generation, I just find that we rarely prioritize the wrong things, and I'm going to be getting into that very shortly. But if you're unfamiliar with what we do here at Better Than Yesterday, so usually it'll be me and my good friend Daniel Hammond who are hopping on a call together, and we talk about all different topics: self-improvement, investing, long-term growth for young people, which that's what we are passionate about. But it's just me today. This is a series that we're doing now, and eventually you guys will get used to it, where it'll just be one of Daniel and I doing an episode. But why I wanted to hop onto a video by myself so urgently to talk about this topic is because it's extremely important. The fact that you are wasting your time on the wrong things. And I'm guilty of it myself. So why do we have the wrong priorities in life? I look around me, and I look even at myself and in my own life. I notice that we are able to give time and give priority to things like entertainment, like watching TV, TikTok, social media, and even short-term gratification things like perhaps spending a whole night out, going partying with your friends, and then the whole day after that you're feeling completely like out of it because of the night before. That's a whole day out of your time that you'll never get back. And it's the same with watching a series. I mean, I've done this many a time before, where I'll find a new series, and I'll spend like 4 or 5 hours watching the first few episodes. If you think about it, a period of 4 to 5 hours that could have been used on something productive and something that's going to push you forward. So why do we find it so easy to give time, like a big portion of time like that, or even an hour just spent scrolling Instagram, Reels, How are we able to give that amount of time to something that doesn't benefit you at all in the long term? Sometimes it's actually degrading on your mental health, and in an example I just gave of going out and getting, having a few too many drinks, that's degrading on your physical health. Why are we able to give so much priority to those kind of things? We look forward to it, and we are happy to give away 4 or 5 hours watching a TV show. But then when we have to spend 15 minutes speaking to our mother, or speaking to our father, or even working on your relationship with God, we are completely unable to do that kind of thing. Even 15 minutes, if we'll maybe give it about 15 minutes, and then that's enough for the day. Cool, I've spent some time with my family, I'm done now. I'm going to go back to staring at my phone the whole time, How are we able to do that? But we are able to give 5 hours to watching a TV show. And that's the question that hit me hard, and I hope it hits you hard, because you only have one life. You only have one chance to get this right, this thing that we call life, that we all doing. So you really have to prioritize the right things, And I'm going to talk about what are some of the right things that we should be prioritizing, some of the questions that you should be asking about the things that you fill your time with, and that'll really tell you if you are prioritizing the right things in your life. But yeah, this is a question that really hit me hard, like I say, because I mean, Instagram is one of those things that I struggle with sometimes. I'll spend an hour, maybe 2 hours on Instagram a day, and I realize how little that benefits me. I do run the Better Than Yesterday Instagram, so I do sometimes spend time for that, which is obviously like this page and this platform that we love so much. I'm also involved in running the social media for the youth that I lead at, so those are like things that I'm obligated to do, and I enjoy doing, and actually are productive because it's using it for business, or using it for a platform or an organization that I'm a part of. But I mean, most of the time that I spend on Instagram is just looking at reels, looking at funny memes, looking at what my friends are doing on their stories. And look, it's addicting. I mean, it really is. And I just realized how I usually will probably spend about 10 to 15 minutes a day reading, whether it be reading from the Bible or reading from a book. These days, the only books that I really read are self-improvement books and autobiographies that are actually teaching me things that are going to be useful, I try to read books that are actually full of knowledge that I need to know. But I find it's so crazy how I'm able to spend 2 hours, let's say, on Instagram, looking at memes and reels that, like, a day later I won't be able to tell you anything that I saw. It just all passed through my mind. Like, it's just these things that we're just using to fill our time. So, and then I'll spend 15 minutes a day reading, and I'll be like, "Oof, I've done my reading for the day, 15 minutes, Now let me go back to doing what I was doing, And it's the same with watching TV and watching series. And I think a big one is spending time with family, and spending time with people that you actually care about. Sometimes we really struggle to give them, a considerable portion of our day, where we sit and ask them, how's their day been going? When your mom and dad come home from work, or like, let's say you don't live with your parents anymore, but the people that you care about, sending them a message, taking the time to send that old friend that you haven't spoken to for a while, sending them a message, that takes a bit of time out your day. But we struggle to give that thing, which is actually important, some time, but we'll give so much time to something else. So our priorities are really stuffed up in this generation, and we need to correct it. We need to really take this seriously. Like I said, we only have one chance at getting this life, getting it right. So I got a couple of questions that I wrote down and spent some time thinking about, and these are questions that you can ask yourself about the things that you're prioritizing in your life, and to see if that's the kind of things that you should be prioritizing in your life. And the first thing that you can ask about a certain activity that you're doing, that you're giving a priority to, the first question you can ask is, will this activity make me a better person? And if it does, then it's something that's worth giving your time to. So if the answer is of the right answer for these questions, then it's something that you should give priority to, Does it make you a better person? For example, going to the gym improves your physical health, makes you look better. It's just a good activity to do. Reading books, like I said, improving your relationship with God, improving your relationship with your family members. Those are things that make you a better person. The second question is this making someone else's life better? And obviously people that you care about. So, if you're doing a selfless act, like let's say doing a chore, that you have to do at home, or perhaps, helping your friend out with they have to move homes and you have to go and spend some time there helping them out. Is that making their life better? And if so, then that's something that is worth doing, especially when it's someone that you care about, because, we can't just be living this life for ourselves, and I find we get the greatest happiest by actually making other people's lives better. And so that's very important. If it's not making your life better, is it at least making someone that you know and someone else that you care about's lives better? Is the activity that you're doing providing an income? Then it's something that is worth prioritizing. Or is there at least the potential for income? So for example, this page that me and Daniel run right now, Better Than Yesterday, it's something that we're doing completely just out of the enjoyment of it, and for the sake that we are passionate about it. But it is something that has got the potential for income in the future, in that we really want to take this page really far. We want it to become a big platform, and we want to be inspiring young people all over the world. And that is why we do what we do. That's why we're able to prioritize and give time to Better Than Yesterday, is because it's something that has the potential for an income in the future. But not only that, it answers the first two questions correctly as well. It makes us better people because we are striving to be on this path. And the whole goal of Better Than Yesterday is to make other people's lives better. So it answers all of these questions correctly. And there's actually one final question you can ask about the activities in your life and the things that you're giving priority to see if it is something that you should be giving priority to. Is that, does this actually make me happy? And sometimes watching a series, for example, it can make you happy. So, you can give time to those things, but they shouldn't be a top priority. So sometimes, like I said, watching a series, it does provide happiness and a bit of relaxation. So that is something that you can give some time to. But oftentimes I would say this about, for example, the example I gave earlier of spending time on Instagram. When I think about that seriously, does this actually make me happy? I would probably say no, that it doesn't. So think very seriously, and that's something that I'm giving priority. I'm giving time to it. So you have to very seriously think about these things. And if it doesn't answer those questions correctly, you need to cut it out. I'm thinking very seriously at the moment about signing out of Instagram on my personal account because, I just don't find it is something that makes me happy, and it doesn't answer the other questions correctly either. So it's one of those things that I'm definitely going to be cutting down time on, and I'm not going to be giving much less priority to. That's why I'm taking this very seriously, and I think you guys should too. Take the time and think about the things that you're spending every day doing, or at least a few hours every day, every week, and you're giving a priority to that thing. Does it actually either make you a better person, make someone else's life that you care about better? Does it have the potential for income, or does it currently bring you an income? And does it actually make you happy? If it answers those questions correctly, then that is something that you should prioritize in your life. And if it doesn't, then you need to work to cut it out. So guys, I'll wrap up there because we don't need to be repeating ourselves on this video, on this podcast. But I hope you guys relate to what I'm saying. I think we need to take this very seriously and prioritize the right things in life. I think our generation is just on a downward spiral because of the amount of time that we are just giving to things that don't benefit us long term, or even in the short term. It's just a waste of time. A lot of these things we just, like I said, it doesn't even make you happy when you think about it. A lot of the times it's no. It's just something we use to fill the time. So give your time, your priorities to things that are going to do all of those things correctly. And you'll see your life get so much better. I have been working on that this year and last year, and it's made my life exponentially better. So I hope it is the same for you. Spend some time thinking about it today. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Better Than Yesterday, and we'll see you very shortly for another one. Much love.